Hey, all right, everybody, look. I've got just the front of a box. Right, okay, so what was in this box when it was a box? Well, it says in the front there, Hill Miles. So let's get the bike by here. There wasn't much to do to put it together, so let's get the bike by here and we'll have a look what it's all about. Right, okay, so I'll show you all of the bike in a minute. I was just trying out the seat at the back by here. It's quite comfortable, actually. It's more of a kid seat, not an adult seat. I don't think you could put a full-size adult on here and one on the back. I think that would overload the bike. But putting the bike together was easy because it was folded in half in a wide box, and all I had to do was put the handlebars in, the seat on, and the pedals. It was easy peasy. Okay, so you can see it a little bit better now. And there's the seat I was sitting on. Nice squishy seat. Okay for a child or for putting your cargo on the back there. This seat does flip up so you can get your battery in and out nice and easy if you wish to do so. It does fold in the middle there. It does fold on the handlebars there. And these handlebars go up and down. The pedals, they're not the folding type, they're the normal type, but that should be okay. And you have got front suspension down by there. Okay, so looking here at the wheel, the tyre and the brakes, 160mm discs, cable operated brakes. It looks like we've got an aluminium type style wheel, which is 20 inches, and the tyre is 3 inches wide. Now, looking up here on the handlebars, optional thumb throttle. It doesn't come installed. It's up to you if you want to put that on or not. You've got your 7-speed Shimano gears. You've got your bell. Then we go across here, straight bar, quite a straight bar. There's no uprise in there, straight across. And the display is a basic display with just sort of LED lights going up like that. You've got your plus and your minus and your off and on. You've got your light on and your walk function. Very basic, but it does the job. We haven't got a speedometer. That's all you got is this here. Okay, so this is what it looks like with me sitting on the bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters or 1.78 meters. Nice upright position, plenty of adjustment in the seat and plenty of adjustment here on the front handlebars. I can't see any marks where it says minimum and maximum, but it has got plenty of movement up and down. So it's very, very comfortable for my height. Now it has got a front light fitted there at the front there, look like that. We'll test that a little bit later on in the video. Then at the back here, if I move the bike forward a little bit, like so, let's go forward like that. Now at the back there, it just looks like there's a reflector and no real light. So there's only a front light on the bike and a reflector down there, look, on the back. Okay, so I will show you the battery. So you lift up the seat like this, turn the key that way, battery comes out. I'll bring it closer so you can see on the label if it focuses there, like that, there. That's the battery specs there. Let's put it back in. Let's see how easy it is to go back in. So you line up that there, like that. Pop that in there. Push it down, like that. Turn the key, seat down. Done. Okay then, there you go. That was a look around the bike. Let's get it out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are, out on the open road. So I think I'll turn left up ahead by here and we'll head towards the mountain. Try the hill test, brake test, all them sorts of things. Now, it does feel quite, I'm on the flat at the moment, but it does feel quite punchy, this 36-volt e-bike. So I think this camera's a bit close to my face as well. So I think I'm going to move it back a bit now. But we'll go along this cycle path by here, then we'll head towards the mountain. Now, I can't really do a speed test because there's no speedometer on the actual, well, it's not even a display, it's just lights. So I don't know how fast I'm going. I suppose I could do it with my phone, but let's just assume it is 15.5 miles per hour. I'll just pedal by here. I'll give it a guess when it cuts out. That's about 15.5 in my expert opinion. It does feel about 15.5 when it cuts out. So far, so good. Right, okay, this is me in the future. Now they do send a phone holder, so I put the phone holder on and I've downloaded an app for the speedometer. We'll try and go full speed in a minute when we get around the corner, just to see if it does go 15.5. And I've also got the front headlight on. So it's a pretty good front headlight. Right, okay, I'll try and go around this corner as fast as I can to see if it goes 15.5. There we go. We're at 13, 14, 15, 16. So there we go. It does go 15.5. I'm just ghost pedaling. Let's try and go somewhere dark so we can see this light. Let's go up by here, I think. And there we go. You should be able to see that light in front of you now. The front headlight is pretty good. It's showing it's all been lit up in front of me there. Speed bump. There we go. So there we go. The headlight's pretty good, and it does go 15.5 miles per hour. I'll go around here and see if I'll see if the thumb throttle gets up to 15.5. So the thumb throttle's engaged. There is a speed bump by here, so I'm gonna have to slow down a minute. Right, come on, let's get over there. There we go. 12, 13, another speed bump. Right, 14, 15, there we go. So that was the thumb throttle. Anyway, let's go back to the video. Oh, and I have got a thumb throttle there, so let's just see if... Yeah, that goes up to 15.5 as well. I'm just guessing, but it is like, you know, my expert opinion. I should know what 15.5 miles per hour feels like now, shouldn't I, after riding so many e-bikes. But we got front suspension, but no rear suspension, but it doesn't feel too bad. But then I haven't been riding for long, so we'll see how it feels when I ride a bit further. It actually does feel quite nice to ride this bike. Now the hill test will be coming up soon, so we'll carry on a bit further up by here. Hopefully there's not too many cars today. I need to move this camera, it's right in front of my face. It was the only place I could put it. Sometimes it's awkward where you've got to place the camera. I'll try and move it over to the side a bit now. But we'll do the hill test first. I'm trying to bed the brakes in as well, so it's fair, you know, a fair comparison for the brake test a little bit later on. Now the hill test that we're going to try by here is it's the steepest hill I think I try. It's not the longest, but it's the steepest. So it just gets continually steeper until it's very steep. So this is the worst one, but we have got 7 gears, so I will put into first gear. So I expect I will have to put a little bit of effort in, but let's see how much effort the bike puts in itself as well. Just around this corner by here now. So here we go. So this is the low part of the hill. I'll put it into first gear, like so. It is starting to slow down a bit. I'm still ghost pedaling, and I'm still ghost pedaling now. Now I'm pedaling. So this bit is fairly easy. Starting to get, I'm pushing quite a bit on the pedals now. The bike is helping me. Now just to give myself a little bit of a helping hand, because this bit is really steep by here. I'm going to nip over by here like this, like that, turn around like that, and then go, hey, because this bit is really steep by here. So can I do it without standing up? I think I can. Almost. Very slow. There we go. I've made it. But I did have to do a bit of work. So it's very similar to most 36 volt e-bikes. Let's get past here. Okay. Some cars don't want to stop. It'd be better if they actually just stopped. My advice for people in cars is if you're on a mountain road and you see a cyclist, just stop. It's so much easier. There's a car coming behind me now. So he's going to have to wait now. I'm not going to pull over, he's going to have to wait until I get to the end of the thing by here. Cars don't like waiting for cyclists, but he's going to have to wait. Right, there we go, you can get past me now. Right, I think I'll pull over by here in a second on the left. I'll adjust this camera and we'll look at the seat and we'll do the old seat squish test. So let's pull over by here, like so, and then let's have a look at the seat. It is similar to other seats I've tried before because it's quite similar to the seats with the flip up thing. So let's have a quick look at the seat. Right, okay, so there's the seat. Very squishy there, very squishy there, very squishy there. That's the size of my hand there for reference. So it's wide, but not the widest. It is sprung as well. It's got springs underneath there. And do they look like that? So it's quite a nice seat. Right, I've moved the camera over there a little bit further. So we'll just try the old rotation of the crank. So many times I got to turn the crank before it actually kicks in. So let's go. So that's, oh, let's try that again because it's almost instant. Ready? Oh, that's about a quarter of a turn of the crank and you're away. So that comes in quite quick. It's better than some of the ones I've tested come in at a full revolution, and when you're on a bit of a hill, a full revolution is a bit, you know, you prefer it to come in a little bit quicker. So it's almost just under a quarter of a turn of the crank and you're away. So there we go, and let's just test the thumb throttle as well while we're here. See if that just goes off straight away. And yeah, it comes off straight away. Not the most powerful thing in the world, but there we go. That's the crank. That's the thumb throttle. Now it feels like to me that the pedal assist is a little more, yeah, the thumb throttle is tamer than the pedal assist. So that the actual pedal assist has got a bit more oomph. Oh, it was car over that side of the road there then. Oh, in the stingies. Oh, Stingy had me, or wherever that was, hanging down then. So this is a big, huge hill by here. We'll get up so far and then I'll try the old, I'll press the walk function to see what the walk function is like. But at the moment, it's not too bad by here. It's quite a bit of a hill by here, but it's not too bad. Now, I think I'll get to the top of here. I think I'll go past the pub. I think I'll do a bit of off-roading as well, just to see what it's like. There's a car coming behind me, making me slow down. Yeah, that car's struggling to get up this hill. Oh, there's a van coming. So this is the really steep part by here. So I'll pull over by here a second. Like that, tuck myself in by here. And then we'll see what the walk function is like. Is it going to be weak? Is it going to be strong? Now, it's a bit hit and miss. Sometimes they're strong, sometimes they're weak. But I have got the thumb throttle if the pedal assist is a bit weak. So here we go. Oh, actually, that's nice. I like that. It's pulling me up the hill. So that walk function is a winner. Now I can't see the speed, so I'm gonna have to guess the walk function one more time, and I'm gonna say that's about, I'd say it's about, I'm walking quite fast, at 2.5 miles per hour, almost 3 miles per hour, no, 2.5, I'm gonna say 2.5, and look at that. Is dragging me up the hill, which is what you want with the walk function. So there we go, walk function, brilliant. So like I said, we're going to go past this pub by here now, and then a bit of a mountain road, and then there's a dirt track the way back then, so we'll take a left by here, down here like this. Very skinny country road this is. And at the end of this road, right at the end of this road, is a nice farmhouse for sale. But the road does get a bit terrible by here, so we will try a little bit of off-roading. And then there's like a forestry, so we'll try. Oh, there was a fire by then, and it smelled like they were burning manure. Oh. That wasn't very nice. I didn't like that at all. Oh. Right. So this road's a bit muddy and a bit manky, a bit lumpy and a bit bumpy. It's not the best road in the world. We have got mud guards. They look like plastic mud guards to me, but they're doing the job. They're keeping they're stopping the muck from flinging up and going on me. So the mud guards are okay. Yeah, I think this road needs redoing. It's gone to a right state of disrepair. Big hill by here, so I might have to pedal a bit. By here, like this. Oh, this is quite steep by here now. Come on. This is very steep. Now, I've got to try and remember to do the brake test, but I'm trying to leave the brake test near the end of the video, or in the middle somewhere, because I do like the brakes to bed in. When you first use them, when I first jumped on this bike and you use the brakes, they're not bedded in at all, so they don't feel that good. And they do get better the more you use them. So, anyway, this road is coming to an end, and we'll go into the forestry then. We'll see what the tyres are like. It's a bit of a sort of dirt and gravelly brick road. A bit like this by here in front of me, actually. This was a tarmac road at one time, but the water's eroded it. Right, here I am on the sort of, I think this path it's like a forestry. They do cut down trees around here, so I think this is what the path was for, but it's more of a walking path now. But this bike does feel all right on here, not too bad at all. This, the ground's a bit loose, a bit gravelly, a bit dirt, but it's not too bad. The bike's doing all right. It's doing all right. Now, I don't know how far I've gone, but the 1, 2, 3, it's got 5 battery bar levels, and it's down on bar number 3. So I don't know how far I've gone. Because it is a basic display, but the tyres seem to be pretty good on this stuff by here. Let's just try the brakes like that. Yeah, the brakes are starting to bed in now, so when we get on the tarmac, I will try that brake test. I'll try and bed them in a bit more by here, going down this hill. Now they have put the front brake is on the left side and the back brake is on the right side, like that, which is it gets a bit confusing because they keep each bike, the brake is on different sides. I gotta get across this like thing by here now. Oh, can I get? Oh, I gotta get over that. It's a bit muddy as well. Oh. Right, let's try and get over this. I can't get through there. Bit muddy that is. Ugh. Right, we're back on the tarmac now. So, big massive hill in front of me. But hey, so like I said earlier, you have got to put a bit of your own sort of person power into it, into the pedals when you come to big hills. But let's get up to, now, I don't know what speed I'm going to get up to do the speed test, so I'm going to have to guess again. I'll try by here now. I'll try and get as fast as the bike can go. Like so. I think that's it, it's cutting out now, so. Ready, 1, 2, oh, there's a car coming the other way. Right, postpone the brake test. More cars behind me, ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, and there we go, I came to a stop quite quick. Now, let me just check there's no cars behind me. There was only a little bit of a skid then, so I stopped by there. It stopped pretty well, it was all right, but I will say I did have to pull the levers very hard, but it does stop. But I did have to give the old brake levers there a good old, you know, squish. Right, okay, we've got a massive hill in front of us by here now, so I'm going to go down the hill with just gravity, but I can't tell you how fast I'm going because the display doesn't show the speed and I haven't got the GPS thing for this thing here, so it's going to be another guess. I'm going to have to pull the brakes on this hill because this hill does get quite steep and quite fast. So I'd say I'm doing about 20 miles an hour at the moment. It's quite windy today, so it is sort of holding me back a little bit. The wind is blowing directly towards me, so it is slowing me right down. I haven't touched the brakes yet, and this hill is really steep. The wind, oh my God. So this bit is steeper here. I don't know how fast I'm going. I better slow down. Right. I was going quite fast then, but they put new tar on the road and it's all bumpy. It's not smooth at all. Oh. It does feel alright, the speed is not too bad. Seems to be handling okay. That feels like about 25 miles an hour. Maybe a little bit more, I don't know. Anyway, we made it to the bottom of the hill. Woo! That was quite a steep hill, but like I said, the wind was sort of pushing me back a little bit. Anyway, I think I'm going to make my way back now, and I'm going to go onto the cycle path. I'm going to get off the main road and go on the cycle path, and I'll make my way back. Right, okay then, that's the end of the review. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, comment down below and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Hi!